Is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this thing recording? What's up, YouTube land and the lands all across the land? This is your girl, T.S. Madison, coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in color from the Outlaws podcast with who? T.S. Madison. Now, listen, it could have been with anybody else, but it wouldn't have worked. It's only going to work with T.S. Madison, so here we are on the Outlaws podcast. Now, today, I have somebody that's very near, dear, and special to me. She is one of my nieces, one of my favorite drag race alum, a queen who has reigned and ruled, who should have had her own scepter and crown by herself.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it, honey. Talk about it, honey.
It's okay, as long as she got the prize money.
The check's still cleared.
The check's still cleared, honey. Ladies, you gotta put your hands together for the one, the only Monét X Change.
Yes.
Monét.
Maddie.
Bitch.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Listen, I have to repay the favor because when we were together in New York City,
Yes.
I was on the Monét X Change show.
Yes.
Now, I want to start out by talking to you and telling you that I got so many reviews from people messaging me saying, well, T.S. Madison, you polished well.
Really? From that interview?
From that interview. Like when I came out, I sat down.
Yes.
You talked to me.
You look so fucking good. The stiff wear,
girl.
Stiff wear. I mean, everything is always perfect. You just look so delicious and so beautiful.
Yeah, because, I can't operate in mediocrity. I can't.
Which you never do. Every little TikTok, YouTube, going to a thing, you are always stepping. You have your security.
But you have, yes.
Everything is always.
Well, that's my bodyguard.
Oh, your bodyguard.
You have to understand that there's a big difference between security and bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
Security can work for anybody. The bodyguard guards the body. Because he understands how important that the body is.
And it is a very beautiful body.
The body pays all the bills. His and mine.
It's so pussy though. Every video, I just always heart standing liking it's just
correct.
Always so kind.
And it's because I appreciate you and I appreciate Bob, who I'm gonna have one of these days whenever she. Speaking of that, what are the pronouns that I can use talking to you?
Yeah, so out of drag, I use she, her, and he him pronouns. In drag, only she, her. Yeah. Yeah, I use she, her, and he, him out of drag because girl, my dad calls me Monet. My dad girls me. You know what I mean? So just she, her pronouns also feel right out of drag, but in drag only. Do not he, him, me when I got a wig on.
Wait a minute,
Don't
bitch.
he, him, me when I got a motherfucking nail on.
Listen, I'm about to hit you one of my
own.
old things. Now wait a minute, bitch. Now wait a minute. Okay, I need some explanation on that.
Okay, tell me.
Like
What's
what
up?
is so when you're in drag, the persona Monet. It lives. Do you feel that you are a woman?
So in drag, I feel like I do feel cloaked in my womanity. I feel bathed in my femininity when I am in drag, but again, I don't identify obviously as a trans woman, but I do identify as a non-binary person. When I'm in drag, I fall more in the binary of woman, she, her. I feel just super femme, hyper femme in drag.
So it's safe to say that you're non-binary.
Yes, I am. I am non-binary, but just because you're non-binary doesn't mean you use they them pronouns. You can use they them pronouns, but I don't use they them pronouns as a non-binary person. I don't feel Bob does either, and some other girls.
So okay, I got into a heated discussion the other day on Twitter because the girls decided that. Okay, and you also got to know that your aunt is close to 50.
Yeah.
And when you're...
Well, you don't look a day over 35.
Why, thank you, darling. And my pussy isn't a day over 20.
I always thought about getting boobs. Like in my early 20s, like 21, 22, when I first started doing drag, I was heavily considering getting boobs. And I honestly, I let it go maybe like 5 years ago. For 10 years, I was always going back and forth. I'm like, do I want boobs? Do I not want boobs? I was going to get the whole surgery done.
So this is my
I know.
You're opening the floor up to so many different things and thoughts. So your boobs would have made you.
I think
them they she.
It would have made me them they she. It would have definitely been a different experience. And I think I wanted to get boobs for two reasons, right? One, this is back when I was in my DL era. I was only fucking DL dudes.
Girl, it is so much going on right now. Okay, so you have a DL era too?
Oh, girl, my entire 20s, I was only fucking with married, Black, and Latino DL dudes that were married, had a girlfriend. Like, that was my entire 20s. I did not want to fuck faggots because I was like...
So you wanted to trade?
I want to trade only. It was a very toxic era for me. My 20s was very toxic.
Why is that toxic?
Because, like, I wanted love. I wanted this thing, and I was seeking dudes that I could never get it from. Dudes that were never available to me. I was fucking with dudes that could never, ever be mine, but I wanted someone to be mine. I would trick myself into thinking, like, yeah, well, if I just, I would leave the gig, be up in the geesh, come over, and they're getting the fantasy, and I would, like, trick myself into thinking that would ever become something more than just that night.
So you have had the fantasy up in geesh.
Oh yes, girl, all the time.
Because I asked a lot of the girls, like, when they get up in geesh, like, what is the... Do you have the fantasy in geesh? And
yes.
for those of you who don't understand what the fantasy means, do you get fucked or fucking dragged?
Yes. Yeah, I like to fucking, especially in New York. So I used to do a show at Hardware Bar, which is on 10th Avenue and 48th Street. Around the corner was Fairy Tale Lounge, which was the T-Girl Lounge. So we get a lot of overflow from the dudes who will be at the T-Girl Bar. And they will come over to Hardware, and they will come over to my gig, and I would finish my show, be like, go to the back room, wipe the sweat away a little bit. Fix the wig a little bit, make sure it's not looking crazy, and I would
push up your fall boob.
My what?
Your fall boob.
My fall boob. My fall boob. And I would take them back to my house, and we would do this, girl, all the time.
And you get your dick sucked and everything.
Yeah, because you're not fucking me in drag. Because I done been like, oh, I'm doing the bending. I'm doing the bending over.
So you're the top in drag.
Yeah. But that's what they always wanted. They always wanted to be fucked by the girls.
All right. So, oh my God, we've went so many different places. Many different places that I gotta go. I gotta go back to this square and then go back. All right. So you're non-binary.
Yes.
Your pronouns are in drag, she her. Out of drag, it's he, him.
And she, her.
And she, her.
Yes.
And come on, don't tip, because I got to make sure my memory's still up good. And when there was a time that you wanted to have boobs.
I did.
And you were going to still get in and out of drag with boobs. With
boobs, yeah. I would come present just like this, just have boobs. Some 38Cs.
So it would have made it more easy for you to put on a leotard.
Exactly.
It would have made it easy for you to put on a...
Exactly, because at that point I was doing drag. When I was working in New York City, I was doing drag 7 shows over 5 days. I was working a lot.
Okay,
and this should just make my life easier. And also, when I wanted to for the fantasy,
and still,
it would make it all easier.
Got it.
You know?
Okay, all right. So, what would you say to people who'd say, "Well, this is what adds to," and this is just us having this conversation, and it's the floor is free. Mm-hmm. What would you say to people who say, well, this is what's wrong with our society now, we are confused?
Yeah.
Because see, I understand exactly all of the errors that you spoke about. I understand. And it seems as though that you really were on a path to transitioning.
I know.
But there was something in the back of your psyche, or there was something in the back of your religious beliefs. I can probably attest to that. That made you stop and be like, oh God.
Yeah. I think because there was never any dysphoria there. I never looked in the mirror and did not see myself. Like anything that I wanted to do, like any surgeries I thought about wanting to do were just about convenience, not about looking in the mirror and fixing the image that I'm seeing staring back at me. So, which I think that is a big difference between our brothers and sisters who are of a trans experience. Like you look in the mirror and you don't see yourself. You want to look in the mirror and see exactly who the person you are inside. And I never had that experience.
Well, here's the thing this is probably why you're drawn to your aunt. Because all of those things and those feelings that you had or have, those were lived experiences for me. So when people say to me, T.S. Madison, why do you advocate a lot for gay men? I was like, well, there was a time in my life that I lived up until that. Yeah. And I was a gay man all the way to 17.
Oh, wow.
Then 17, I found out that I was trans. Like, I was like, okay, well, I always was trans, but because societal norms told me that the box that I'm in right now is I'm a gay boy.
Gay boy, yeah.
And so until I saw myself, I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Like, honey, I'm a woman. When I looked in the mirror back in the day, I knew I was handsome. What? Bitch, what? I knew I was handsome.
Yeah.
But I also knew I was like, I wanted titties too, because I was like, this is when I get in. I want to be desired.
Got it.
I want to be sexually devoured by men of straight identity. The boardworms. Give me the boardworms. Yes.
Give me all the boardworms.
All of the boardworms, please. I wanted to be devoured this way.
Yeah.
And so, but it was again religious. It was teachings of where does the soul go after it leaves the body?
Right.
It is going to go into eternal damnation.
I know, and I had to do a lot of breaking down for that myself, because I grew up in the church. Yeah. Wednesdays for rehearsal, just church on Sundays. I was in all
Vacation Bible school.
You know what I mean? I did all of it. And I think that after I left college, I started to figure out who my higher power was, like breaking down all of those. Because what I have come to in a place is I believe in a higher power. I believe that there is something bigger than me. But what I despise and what I cannot stand, what I do not fuck with, is organized religion.
Organized religion.
It is the single-handedly most dastardly, disgusting thing that has broken down our community and has...
That's why the country's fucked up right now.
Organized religion. Mm-hmm. It is a sick thing, and I will never, ever participate in that ever again in my life.
So, again, I got into a tussle on Twitter because as a woman who's headed to her 50s, and we talk about this on this podcast a lot, I think what happened, and I'm going to freely speak, these are not Monet's views and opinions. It could be when we talk about it.
Yeah.
What I think happened as a Black trans woman, we didn't police what transness was. And so everybody started being able to get up like you'd get up and be like, well, I'm trans, but then you have bald head and titties and a beard. And it's just like,
Nah. And you're coming up.
In my coming up, that was like, nah.
Got it.
Because my gay mama would be so vicious to these girls today. If these girls today could grow up with the gay mama I had, transition with all of these girls would be walking pussy right now. But because we've gotten so open to generalizing everybody's identity and accepting everybody's identity, and we didn't. What's the word I want to use? Not police. Not say. We didn't, what's the word, God? Come on, because they said it. We didn't gatekeep.
Gatekeep. Got it.
We didn't gatekeep what it was. So everybody's like, oh, yes, this is what I am. Yeah. Now, I respect non-binary, but I got into it with the person that was non-binary. And the non-binary person said to me, how ignorant you are. And I liked you so much. And as a trans person, you should understand that non-binary is trans too. So I said, now, correct me if I'm wrong. Binary means adhering to female or male.
Yeah, the binary.
That's the binary. So if you're transitioning from male to female or female to male, you're going to one other area of the binary.
Right.
But if you're non-binary, you're not adhering to either of the codes.
Right.
So how are you
But you're still transitioning to that different...
To where, though?
To non-binary, which is a nebulous of the two.
It's a nebulous, but where is it going? And again, I'm not invalidating anyone's identity.
Right.
But where is it going? So you get on a plane, you take off. I know I want to land in Womanville. Or you get on a plane, you take off. I know I want to land in Manville. You get on a plane and take off. I don't give a damn where I land.
No, but on the way, but sometimes, so Manville is here, Womanville is here. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get gas in non-binaryville in the middle. I want to get some gas over here because I need to gas to the car.
But that's trans.
Yeah, because trans is just like
crossing over.
Yeah, crossing over to a different gender.
Where
and we're non-binaryism. Well, I think what it is that we're noticing this infinite loop that it is. I think that from the 90s and to now, we have gained so much knowledge, and we're learning that gender is this spectrum thing. Like, you don't have to exist on either end of it. There's this whole kaleidoscope in the middle that you can exist in on your way to...
You can, but that's non-binary.
Yeah. Right, which is a gender, right? It is
a gender.
It is a spectrum of gender.
But to me, it's very hard for me to be like,
But when I hear that, though, I kind of think of the oligarchs and these kingpins of religion who they can't understand all the stuff that we're trying to teach them.
well, I don't want to be dumb. And so that's why I opened myself and I opened my floor and I opened my platform. And I was very hurt that a person would be like, you're ignorant.
Yeah.
But I needed clarity.
Yeah.
Because in my thinking, I'm thinking like when I got up, because there was a time that I wanted to have an SRS. Sexual reassignment surgery.
Oh, got it.
Until one night I ran into a Puerto Rican.
Rican,
honey, Rican. And he took my dick and my balls into his hand, and he held it while he was there at his knees. And he said unto the doll, "You are beautiful exactly the way you are.
Work.
Don't you
I
dare.
love that.
Don't hide that from me. Why are you hiding that from me?"
I love that.
And I was like, after I let it fall and it fell into his mouth and his insides. I have a Puerto Rican child out there somewhere. One of my kids is definitely Rican because he carried them for a long time. And you know, male birth is a very long process.
Imagine if men could give birth.
God, we'd have so many kids.
Girl, the way the gays would have this work, the population is like 8 billion.
Oh my God.
Easily be about 16 billion people by now. I was just on this gay cruise, and the way it was for 7 days, and the way I'm like, how is it possible to be having this much sex all the time? It was crazy. The gays love them some.
Oh God, and they love some bareback, and that's why PrEP
is so important.
And PEP.
DoxyPep, girl.
Yes.
The other day though, I took DoxyPep on an empty stomach. That will ruin your year.
Did you have like a traveler's poop?
Girl, it was just cramps. Like,
you were cramping.
That DoxyPep will fuck you up if you don't take some milk or something before it.
Oh, okay.
Girl, so that is a PSA for y'all. Take some food with your DoxyPep.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, we do your right.
No, girl, listen. So he had it in his hand, then he had it, and then he blessed it. And from that moment on, up until recently, I shared an experience with my friend here. But I can share it openly because of what's going on with the administration. I said, I haven't had thoughts of SRS until just recently.
Really?
Until just recently, I haven't had any thoughts. I'm 40, I'll be 48. I haven't had any thoughts of that until just recently, but because of the way this administration is going.
But what is the fear there that you need to do?
Because it's safety. What if they strip me?
Got it.
And there's this big old black dick and balls and big fucking 48 triple D titties.
Oh my God! So you would,
and then let's say something happens to me, I'm ill and I have to go into a place where they hate the girls, and now you strip me down and I have to be taken care of.
Got it.
And there's big dick and nuts there.
Got it.
Well, I have more. It's more nuts.
Yeah, mine are probably like grapes.
But I have more dick.
My boyfriend has walnuts. My boyfriend has walnuts.
It's more, but
grape.
because the power is in the pea.
Exactly. Agreed.
Yes,
Agreed.
That's where the force is.
Yeah.
That's where the thunder force is.
May the fourth be with you, girl.
Be with thee. And so that's the only time that I've thought about it. So again, I don't want to sound like that I'm ignorant to the situation because I understand all because I'm a girl of experience.
Yeah.
Like and you went to college. I don't have any college experience. I have some college. I dropped out of college because I was transitioning during the time, and I was the only one there that was like out of place.
Got it.
So I just left.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, let me get this wig together. This wig will help me learn anything. And then the streets taught me everything else.
Got you.
I fucked enough college men to learn some big words. They went to school for me. But I don't want to ever, and so people that are watching this podcast, I don't want you guys to think that I'm invalidating your identity.
Yeah.
And I say this when I talk to everybody. Yeah. It's just I need more understanding because I come from a different time.
Yeah.
My gay mama used to say, fish starts in the face, honey.
Got it.
If you want to be pussy starts in the face.
In the face.
Don't you ever forget that you are a man going into a woman.
Ooh. See, but I get it. And I think, but back then, though, it was so hardcore. Like, to what you're saying, I think that the younger generation would have a really hard time processing and understanding what transitioning and what that was like back then. Because I mean, that sounds, it was...
My gay mama didn't play with us.
Yeah.
And so I think that the people have to give us grace from coming from a time. We paved that road for them to say, hey, I'm non-binary.
Yeah.
Because you standing up there with no wig, boobs, a hairy chest, and a beard talking about, girl, I'm trans. We're over there like, bitch, do you know what we fought for?
And I think also a lot of that comes with feeling like it was dangerous, like to not pass and to not like to look pussy and look fish. It could be really dangerous for a lot of people from your time, because it's like
very
you would
dangerous.
Get beat the fuck up. You would get killed
yes.
because you do not look a certain way. So I think a lot of it comes from that experience as well, which I think is hard for younger kids to understand. I'm like, well, no, but it's my experience.
Because we paved and we knocked those roads down for it to be less dangerous.
Yeah.
For it to be less dangerous. So don't get on Twitter and start clawing me in my back because I'm still trying to figure, because I'm not saying to you, hey, you're not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm having a hard time processing this. I'm accepting your identity.
Yeah.
But I'm having a hard time processing this because you don't know all the stripes that I've worn on my back and being a Black transgender woman, the standards that taking it back to the top of what we talked about at the show, I couldn't have step.
Mm-hmm.
My gay mama was so real in the face and so pussy in the face.
Yeah.
That we as girls growing up were compared to, if you don't look like that,
then
you're a man.
Yeah. Well, and I think Lady Bunny and I had a podcast, we would have like a lot of trans girls of older experience on the show. And this was a constant thing that we would hear from different experience. Even like you think back to even when Flame Monroe got into a lot of heat because she said that her pronouns are he, she, they, or he, she, we.
He, she, we.
And people got really upset. They're like people were so upset. I mean, she's like, this is my experience. This is like what I've done. This is how I live my life. And I think that going back to what I was saying earlier, I saw Flame Monroe like back in the day. I was like, oh, if she can have boobs and like exist, like I can do that too. So I think she was, for me back then, I was like, that was an example of a way that I could exist this way as well. Again, I didn't obviously, but it was definitely a thought that I had too.
Right. Well, for me, the only time I really saw transness was in 1992 with The Crying Game.
The Crying Game, like with Forrest Whitaker.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the first time I knew exactly what, because I saw Rue prior to that.
Yeah. But you knew he was dragged.
That was dragged. I was like, well, she's getting out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to take off the wig, and I don't.
The Crying Game. Oh my God.
I don't want to have a mustache and a goatee anymore.
Yeah.
I want to be, but I didn't feel like I was just, oh my God, I'm so trapped.
Trapped in the
I just was like, well, I don't know what it is. But then when I saw the answer, I was like, oh, that's it, honey. There we go. And then I met my gay mom, and my gay mom started taking us out to the straight clubs and stuff like that. And I would see how the men would worship.
The dolls.
Would worship the ground that she walked through. Like she was a 6 foot tall Amazon.
Yes.
That the face was so pussy.
Uh-huh.
That the men would like it. You could see the men gawking, and then you hear the whispers of, "That's a man," and she turns around like, "What?
Who?
Are you gay?"
Love that.
Are you gay?
I love that. I think that I had a similar experience. Like to me, those were queens in the club. When I first started going out in drag in New York City, to see how these dudes would come out to the club, these straight dudes would like gawk and worship the queens. I was like, oh, so I can have these hot dudes I've been seeing on BET and all this stuff. I can have that by just being a drag queen. I think that was my first that was what allured me. That was what made drag sexy to me. I was like, this is a way I can have that experience with have these hot dudes, but just being a drag queen, but not being a trans woman, being a drag queen.
So I didn't make you mad by sharing that experience with you, did I?
No.
Did it sound offensive?
It did not sound offensive, but being a
new age
queer person, I can see how people the younger kids who might see it and feel and be offended. But I also come from, I come from a tradition of like, I'm in New York City gay, right? Like the Biancas and all these people who are very intense and real, and we don't really sugarcoat. So I'm not, sensitive in that way.
Well, as long as because you love me, so you're not mad at me.
Never,
and
girl.
I wouldn't want them to be angry with me, but I think that they should give me grace.
Yeah, I think grace is
even
important.
with me saying, I still am not denying your identity.
Yeah.
I'm just a little.
And I want to understand.
I want to understand, but I'm still confused, and I'm trying to respect it, and I still fight for you as a human being.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I also think we're also in this time where just people want everyone to pass these fucking purity tests. Everyone needs to be the Pope. Everyone needs to be Mother Teresa. Like everyone, like
oh God,
people be acting out here like we are all not out here making. I use wrong pronouns all the time. I do shit all the time.
Girl, I have a show called Fag Talk,
which is so fucking good.
I say bull dagger dyke sissy punk faggot cock eating bull dagging carpet munching Frisco dyke.
Like we all step in it, and I think that is a real that is a real. I think that liberals, that we get into the weeds with ourselves sometimes. We are making sure like everyone who is a queer supporting whatever, who's forward facing, that they have to be perfect. They have to be the purest human beings that have ever walked earth. It's like, no, we have all been guilty of stepping in it. Every one of us.
Well, that's why I make the rules on my own terms.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't gonna take shit from me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I sign a contract, I let them know there may be a time that I may go nuclear on your ass. Don't press the button.
Don't press it.
Don't press the button, and you'll never get a bomb dropped on you.
Your finger can hover around it, but don't press it.
We're at peace until you press that button, and then it's nuclear war.
Yeah.
And I'm prepared for that. I'm a built bunker. Now, Monét, we've danced all over the place. Like this is how real energy works.
Yes.
And so I got to get back into the structure.
Okay, tell me.
So the structure is, I want you to talk your shit for 1 minute and tell the people exactly who you are.
Talk my shit.
What you do, what you're proud of, and I don't want you to hold back.
Okay. Well, you know what? My name is Monét X Change.
Mm-hmm.
Accent over the E.
Mm.
And I am an international drag superstar. I started doing drag in New York City in 2012, and I scraped. I was burning the candle at both ends, working an overnight shift from 11 to 7 a.m., sleeping during the day and doing drag. I did all of it, and I worked really hard doing 7 shows over 5 days in New York City. I got on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I have crafted and created this own little space on the internet that is mine. Bob and I have a very successful podcast. I hosted my own talk show, The Exchange, in New York City, where I had amazing guests like RuPaul, T.S. Madison, Iggy Azalea, Tia Mowry, all these guests on the show. And I love to talk. I love to. I'm Miss Congeniality. I won RuPaul's Drag Race, and I've worked very hard to craft and build this career, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
At all.
Any opportunity comes, I will take it as long as it's the right one.
Now, tell me this. What is a turning point or an experience or a source of inspiration or a eureka moment that shaped your path for today?
I think this, and I hate to give him the credit for this, but this is Bob the Drag Queen. And when I was going on my first season of Drag Race, season 10, and he was at my house, and, we're packing all my stuff, and we're getting stuff together, and he was like, I was like, okay, so when I go on the show, I think I'm going to, he's like, Monét, stop. He was like, when you go on that show, I want you to do one thing. I want you to be you. Don't try to be anything else. Don't try to act like anything else, because like who you are is so unique. Who you are is, no one else can be you. And I was like, oh, that's true. I was like, there are 8 billion people in the world, but there's literally only one Monét X Change, Kevin Burton. So do that. Let that shine through.
Wait, that's your real name, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin Burton. Girl, white. My mother set me up with some white ass
Wait,
name.
are you related to Tim Burton?
When my first couple years of drag, I did, girl. But yeah, girl, and that just a white man named Kevin Burton.
Kevin Burton.
You know what I mean?
I like Monét better.
I know Monét's way better. And I think that is what made me a popular queen on the show, is that I just went on the show to be exactly me. And that is what is always going to resonate with people. Don't try to be the bitch. Don't try to be the this. Be you. Being you is the unique thing. And that's what's going to be important. It's going to make you shine through.
Now, you've gotten through all this stuff. You've won RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. You've had the Monét X Change. You have all this. You had everything.
Yes.
You have everything. And like Rachel Marin's sister said, some have nothing. I want to talk about your villain era.
My villain era? What am I a villain?
Every outlaw gets labeled a villain. And at some point, often when you're just trying to live your truth and do your best.
Uh-huh.
Now, your villain era could be a time you stopped people pleasing, a time you stood up for yourself, or maybe made a mistake. Maybe you did something that sparked some controversy. Or maybe the world just simply wasn't ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
What was your villain era? And what did you learn from it?
So I think my one villain error I had was when, I think 2019, I got asked to come on The View to celebrate Meghan McCain's birthday. Now, if y'all don't know, Meghan McCain is a very conservative, ultra pissy, fucking just white Republican woman. And they brought Nina West and I on the show to celebrate her birthday. And, you know, at that point, it's one of those things like, I was like, first of all, I love The View. I watch The View every day. Love Whoopi, love Joy, love Sunny, love all of them, right? So they asked me, I was like, of course I'm going to say yes. I'm going on the show. And I went on the show and we gifted her like all these things. And Nina West, I didn't say it. Nina West named her an honorary Rue girl. The fans did not like that. And it got me. I was canceled like about two months or so. I lost like a gig or two.
Wait.
Yeah.
Because Nina West called her an honorary
Rue girl. And I was standing right next to her. So they said, oh, y'all called. I was like, we. So now y'all niggas speaking French.
Okay.
I was like, I ain't say nothing.
Okay, maybe I'm old, but help me understand why that was a problem.
Because we're making someone an honorary Rue girl who is supporting an administration that is actively
against the girls. So she's They're
very Republican.
You see how I'm just learning,
girl. Very
because I would have said something like, "What's wrong?" But it's Republican.
Mm-hmm.
But she loved drag queens.
And ain't that the most oxymoronic shit?
Well,
you can
it's like
ever
a lot
have.
of Republicans like to suck trans dicks.
Hello, drag queen dicks too. I've had my share.
Well, here's the gag.
Sure.
They don't see any of us any different.
Mm-hmm.
Only we subcategorize each other.
Yeah.
But to them, there's two things in this world: faggots and dykes. All that other shit that we label ourselves as, they don't know anything else.
Nothing about it.
It's a fag and a dyke.
Exactly. You
could be a trans, this, a non-binary, that, a goddamn cook in the kitchen, a lady in the streets, but bitch, on these pieces of paper, you're a fag.
Yeah.
And ma'am, you're a dyke.
T. So they got so mad that we made an honorary Rue girl, and then so it was just tweets and this and blah. It was crazy for about a month or so.
Yeah, I mean, I know you see, I get into a kerfuffle with them a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you also see they back down.
They do. Because you don't back down. You don't play.
I'm on their necks. I'm on their necks because I need to let them know that I work for me.
Yeah. I don't work for you.
I don't work for you.
Yeah.
Rue is my girlfriend and she's also my mom.
Mm-hmm.
That is my mother. And I like to sit next to my mother on her show.
Which we need to talk about that, man.
We will. But I like to sit next to my mother on her show.
Mm-hmm.
But I have gigs.
Yeah.
And so what you're not going to do is think you're going to have me by my nuts.
Yeah.
And think that you're going to say anything to me that I'm going to not tear your ass. I'm not going to shred you like beef, chicken, or pork.
I just had some shredded pork last night. It was delicious.
It was good.
It's so good.
Do you know where it came from?
Hell no.
A whole pig that was shredded. And that means that I would shred one of those girls or those people up. And I get in trouble a lot because, they get in trouble with me because my mouth is, I have a filter, but when I'm reading, everybody gets hit. I don't care if you're black, white, Spanish.
You let them have it.
You're going to get hit.
You let them have it.
And so when you're reading me, you're not thinking about your ethnicity. You're not thinking about your color. You're not thinking about your race. And when I'm reading you back, I'm not thinking about that either. But I know what you are, so I'm going to hit you there. And here's the thing. If I can hit black motherfuckers, and I can use hard E, hard R's on black motherfuckers, and I can hit white motherfuckers, and I can hit hard R-E-R-S. If I can hit motherfucking goddamn trainees and can hit and call them motherfuckers dudes and untuck your nuts when you talking to me, bitch.
Oh my God.
Because again, we wouldn't be here had you not put your hand over the nuclear button. You wouldn't get nuclear attacked if you wouldn't press the button.
And I think in that situation, what that taught me was that I don't need to say yes to everything. And I think at that time, I would say yes if there was an opening of a fucking envelope. I was making sure I was there because I want to do everything. I don't want to pass an opportunity because this opportunity would get this thing. And it's like, no, I can be more strategic and more intentional about the things I do in my career as opposed to just saying yes to everything.
You're right. And I think that that's something that I learned too. I'm learning because when I say yes, I'm going in as T.S. Madison. That's how that's working.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have asked you as a Republican woman, as a Republican, Miss McCain, you do know that you're not supposed to like. I would have challenged her
On the thing.
on the spot.
On the set.
Now we love you but I'm going to say, why are you not checking your husband?
Right. Because her husband is super conservative. He's like crazy. He's like a crazy
So do
one.
you sneak away from your husband and watch Drag Race? I would have asked her on The View. So how are you here?
Yeah.
Did you sneak away? That's the difference with me.
Yeah.
Like that's the radical part of me, and I'm not going to cause problems, but I'm going to ask a question.
Yeah. And I think, because the thing about her too is that this bitch is that she has like a Harvey Milk Award and she's gotten accolades from GLAAD for her activism, but it's just so contrary to being a Republican and some of the other legislation that she supports, especially now that she's off The View. She is on another fucking level. She's doing some crazy shit on her podcast. It's crazy now.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me. Can I read her?
Oh my God, we can read the dog piss out of Miss Megan McCain.
Oh, so because she's going in that direction.
Yes, girl.
Oh, we'll get to the area of the show where we'll do that. Just remind her, Aunt.
Well, I got you.
Just remind me.
Now, you mentioned RuPaul earlier. I don't know. I want to say this.
Come on.
As a T.S. Madison fan, stan, adorer, lover, when are you going to be a regular judge on the show? I don't like that we get you every Mercury
I'm a permanent
retrograde.
Rotating judge.
I don't want a rotating.
Well,
we are not rotating around the sun. I want you every week.
I will say this, maybe because I'm very nomadic or I'm very sporadic with the way that I behave. That's probably one of the things. It's like, girl, we love her, but we just get but no one is going to have a problem with me if they don't press the nuclear button. That's just the way it works with me. No one's gonna have the only people that I'm never gonna go off on is Mother, because I love Mother.
Yeah.
I respect Mother. I'm like, Mother. That's my like Rue is my mom.
Love her.
That's just it.
I love her so much.
She don't like, and listen. I went nuclear about her.
Same. And people get mad at me. They're like, well, Monet, I'm like, you don't care. I'm like, you would never understand. I love RuPaul Andre Charles so fucking much. I'm always on the internet going to
yeah, I went nuclear about her.
100%.
So she knows the areas that I go. She sees everything. Don't let Mother is just like Beyonce. Mother sees all.
She sees all. Love her.
Because she's going to see this too. But it's sometimes you got to think about like with like the company that they represent, like, the MTVs and this and other.
And I get it.
Hey, I don't give a fuck about that kind of shit. Listen, my knees are dark and my elbows are dark because I worked. I made my first $1 million off dark knees and dark elbows. And if you haven't gotten where that comes from right now, honey, Google it. Google it, honey. I've bought 2 mansions in my lifetime. This was pre-TV. So let's keep it. It's not. I don't go in the door with the needing of these people.
Yeah.
And allowing them to have like this uber control over me, where they're going to censor me with everything I say. Now I know when to behave, and I know when to be like, don't press the button. Because if you do, I could be on national TV and you press the button, you will know that the Twin Towers came down because of me. Tell what Lady Olinda said, tell Cersei. It was me. I would love to be there and love to judge the show like Todrick did. Like Todrick had a whole season of judging the show. I would love to do that. But my schedule is busy because I'm always working, because I create opportunities for myself. God gives me the breath, the health, and the strength to create the opportunities to move and maneuver.
No, same thing. I'm all about creating. Like, I don't sit at home waiting for opportunities.
No, you can't.
Baby,
we're black. Excuse me, we're black.
You got to make your own opportunities.
Hey, just in case you didn't notice, we're black.
This don't rub off. This real.
It's real. And we don't have the luxuries of waiting on things to happen, because they'll like, oh, well, did you know? Oh. And then people will go by like, I saw something where she was fighting with somebody on Twitter. I'm afraid of her. Well, stay scared, because you might see something else. I'll fight your ass too, bitch, if you get it. The reason why you saw that is because the disclaimer on me is don't press the button.
The button. Don't press the button. Don't press the button.
Don't press the button.
I love this.
You will never have a problem with me if you don't ever press the button. You'll never melt. Your skin will never come off your bones. I'll never say anything about your kids. I won't tear your dog up. I won't talk about your shape. Hell, I won't even talk about your dead mother, your grandma. None of this. I won't talk about your race. I won't talk about your ethnicity. I won't talk about the food you consume. I won't do any of that if you don't press the button.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just, it's very simple.
Push the button.
And then everybody is like, well, Madison, you don't have to go low. I'm a Libra. I believe in balance.
Oh, I don't believe the whole and they go low, we go high.
Nah.
Fuck that.
That's why the country's fucked up right now.
Because we are always pacifying what these motherfuckers do. It's like, no, you got to meet people where they're at.
Where they at?
You got to meet you where you're at.
Bitch, you start a fire in my yard, honey, I'm burning your whole neighborhood
I'm
down.
going to blowtorch. I'm setting that bitch ablaze.
I'm taking some of the fire. I'm going to suck it up from that you put in my yard, and I'm going to spray it back in your yard.
100%.
And I'm hitting your children.
Tear them up too.
Your dog? I'm going to the graveyard. I'm taking the shovel. I'm getting your dead grandmother. Wherever it hurts.
We light Nana on fire.
Nana, you're cooked. Your mother sucks cocks in hell and earth. You're cooked, bitch.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But I will never go there if you don't take me there.
Yeah.
And I don't respond to every little thing. But when I have time to go to scroll through, you might get, I'm like, what did she say? Oh, hold on a minute. What?
Would you ever get someone to run your social media?
No.
No.
Because they wouldn't know. Like, I've had my assistants and stuff like that respond to stuff, and they're like, where's T.S. Madison?
Oh, really? Because they know it's not you.
Where's her?
Yeah.
Because that is not what she gives.
That's not what she gives.
But I do need representation to talk to people. And I always tell people that deal with me, there's Allegra, there's Trent, and then there's me.
Allegra?
Allegra's my manager.
Got it.
There's Allegra, there's Trent, then there's me.
Got it.
Okay? When it gets, Trent handles all the stuff. When it gets to Allegra, please have it together. Because by the time it gets to me, the button is pushed. And they have their hands up saying, please don't push the button. Because when you meet her and talk to her, we need you to know that this is why you want her, because we love her, this and the other. But there's a side to her that's the button. That's going. You see how the disco ball is melting this way? Like, don't do it. And I always tell people, please communicate with Trent. Please communicate with Allegra. If things escalate to where it's getting, where it's getting, and you and Trent are tug of war, talk to Allegra. Because, you have to have those levels of people that are going to handle the situation. Because if it's brought to my desk and there's fire, I'm coming to you with fire.
Yeah.
If it's my desk and you're trying to drown me, I'm taking you under.
I feel that.
So I don't want to be that space. By the time you meet me or you get in contact with me, hey, so where do I sit? What's going on? The person that you love, that's who I want you to love.
Yeah.
Don't rile up the person or don't come with these things, because I don't want to come in the door and you have disdain for me.
I feel that. I feel that.
And speaking of disdain.
Oh God.
This show is called Outlaws for a reason. An outlaw or pariah in our culture is often someone who ironically has their heart in the right place, someone with the courage to speak up and stand out and push back when it matters the most. Now, the guests on my show, the Outlaws, are some of the voices of our time. They are rebel hearts who are challenging the status quo and making a difference. So, tell me about a time or a cause that you care deeply about, and how can others join the movement?
Ooh, a cause that I care deeply about. I mean, this is something I think that I think a lot of us have been way more engaged in politics in the past couple of years, because we have all had to be. And something that I worked really close with and we're trying to was the Black Voters Matter. Because I think, again, even now we're seeing there's more fucking legislation inhibiting people of color, and especially Black and brown communities, making voting harder for us. We have to now with these new real IDs that you have to get now, if you don't have it by a certain thing, it's going to inhibit you from voting in the midterm. It's like a whole thing. So I'm really, really, really passionate about making sure Black and brown people can vote and getting out there to vote. So Black Voters Matter is a really, really, really great charity. They really are out in the community, really engaging, working very hard to make sure that we are getting those opportunities and not letting it pass us by, not letting little deadlines pass away that you don't even know are fucking there.
Yeah.
And then you look up and you're a month away from going to vote and you're like, oh, I can't. And so it just makes a fucking clusterfuck. So I'm really passionate about that.
Okay. And so how can others join the movement? Is there a place that they can?
If you go to blackvotersmatter.org, and you can go there and you can donate and you can be on the ground in the streets if you have time. And I think that's something, because I work a lot too. When I'm here in LA, I try my best to do little things that I can be engaged. Right? So I'm not just talking about it. I'm actually in these streets and doing work to make it all happen.
Okay. Well, I'm blackvoters.org.
Yeah, blackvotersmatter.org.
Blackvotersmatter.org.
Yeah.
So you live in LA or you live in?
I live in LA. I moved here 4 years ago. And girl, I love it.
What?
Yeah, I was in New York, but I was in New York City. So it was the winter it was pandemic winter, 2020 going into 2021. And it was so fucking cold in New York City. We had so much snow. Me and my assistant, we were doing a gig for Truly Hard Seltzer. And we were like,
Truly Hard Seltzer.
Truly Hard Seltzer. They sponsored me for good. And me and my sister, we were carrying my bags through the snow to get to this thing. And I was like, what am I doing? And I literally, that was January. By March 31st, I was living here in LA. I packed up all my shit. I got a place in LA. And I was living in East Hollywood. Then I just bought a house over in
Wait, you're a homeowner too?
Homeowner, yes, girl. I just did a 2-year renovation. My shit is sickening
Welcome
now.
to the club.
Love it.
In the club.
I love it so much.
So basically what you're saying is you left New York because it was too cold.
Too cold, too much snow.
So girl, how in the fuck are we going to be on Traders in Scotland?
Well, that's a different story because I love a good game, girl. And that game, I'm sorry. I love my sister Bob.
Uh-huh.
But she was doing too much and they sent her ass home. If you and I go on the show, because she tweeted about us going on the show.
Yes.
And I'm like, do
you think that you and I would be great on Traders?
I think we'll be so good on Traders. I think we'll be so kind. Would you want to be a trader or a faithful though?
I can't tell. Audience, what do you think I would be?
I feel like you would be a great trader because you would be first of all, you are vicious with your words. When it comes to the round table, you would gather the fuck out of people.
For blood.
For blood.
But I'd also be their friend. I love them.
Yeah, but so that's gonna be the part where you're gonna trick these hoes into thinking that you are faithful. They'll be like, there's no way, there's no way T.S. Madison
That's right, because every man I'm with, I'm their only.
But I would love that. Do you think you would love to do the challenges and shit? Like all those crazy things?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind, because it would challenge me to get my fat ass up. It would challenge me to get my big ass up, and then I would have a time. Like, it's filmed in Scotland, right?
In Scotland, yeah.
Have you been to Scotland before?
I've been to Glasgow.
Glasgow.
And Edinburgh.
And so you've met the Duke of Edinburgh.
I met the Duke of Edinburgh.
The Duke of Edinburgh.
Girl, I was there in August. Let me tell you something. Edinburgh, Scotland in August, you're like, oh, it's August. It'll be nice. Bitch, like low 40 degrees, high 30. I was like, this is y'all summer.
In August.
In August, girl.
And how's in New York in August? In
August. But I will say that uncut white dick, it's good. It's good.
Mm.
It's good.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I like uncut black penis.
Well, I love uncut in any variety.
Listen.
If it's uncut, it's for me.
Oh, you just pull the skin and I can smell the cheese.
Exactly. And who doesn't like the dick with a side of cheese, girl?
Yes, girl, honey, Wisconsin meat.
A little brie with your dick. You know what I'm saying?
So you really think that we do good together?
I feel like we'll be good together on Traders. I feel like we'll be great.
I think we'd be great together
we'll
on
make
any
great
show.
TV.
On any show.
On any show, girl.
Yeah.
Would you ever do something like a Big Brother? Celebrity Big Brother?
Do you know they came to me?
Oh, did they? And
yes.
You said no?
No, I didn't say no. I think that what happened with Big Brother, they was bringing it back in England.
Oh.
And they wanted all the English people.
But that's the one that Tiffany Pollard was on. But they were bringing. Shit was so funny.
But they were bringing. Have they brought the new one back?
No, I don't think they've done the new one yet. This was like 2016.
Well, hey, honey, I'm out of my contract. They were bringing the new one back, and they had me. I did the thing or whatever, but then they told me that the only reason why they didn't choose me at the time was because they wanted it all English.
Got it.
They wanted the all English folks.
But also you in a house of just you and a bunch of Brits and that shit would be.
I'd be like, honey, who has the blood sausage?
Who has the spotted dick?
Who has the spotted dick? I want to go to see the Duke of Edinburgh.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
Oh God, anything that I'm on was foolish, that they allow me to be foolish. I don't like the fact. Yes, I'm going to tell you, about things that I don't like.
Okay, tell me.
And I'm going to tell you this in a segment of our show. It's called Ban It, Bitch. Now, it's time for my favorite segment. It's called Ban It, Bitch. Now, some people out here are banning drag, LGBTQ books, and even our very existence, but we're flipping the script today.
Yes.
Now, what's something you would ban if you ran the world? Now, here's how it works.
Okay.
We each get 1 minute to make our case for what needs to go. Producers will keep track of time and call out when there's 30 seconds left and when there's 10 seconds left.
Okay.
So let me kick it off to show you how it's done.
Okay.
You ready? Hey, y'all, my name is T.S. Madison, and if I ran the world, I would ban shit.
Shit? So we can't shit?
No, I wouldn't ban shit. But I would ban, God, what did I, hold on before you say. What did I say I was to tell you that I didn't like when I was saying that?
I forgot.
What was it? When I said something, Trent, what did I say I was on like? Just right in here. See how it's those Xanaxes. You take that with alcohol, they start removing spots on your brain. What was it?
I forgot. Or I forgot
the producers trying to control. Okay, got it. No, yeah, it's the producers trying to control the way that you operate. Got it. Yes. My name is T.S. Madison, and I am so sick and tired of producers trying to overproduce me. Like, there's been times that I've been in movies and films and television, and they've like, Madison, can you bring it down? Why can't I be me? Why are you taking me away from me? I want to ban bitches trying to take away bitches' power. My superpower is being loud, live, and in color. When you try to dilute loud, live, and in color with anything else but loud, live, and in color juice, bitch, you don't get the authentic me. So I want to ban people who try to take the authenticity away from something. Right. The reason why we don't have good television anymore is because they want to ban, they want to dumb down everything. I want to ban the dumbing down of everything. I'm so sick of watching television and shows, and I'm like, I know that bitch can go nuclear. Why did y'all tell her to stop? Bitch, I want to ban inauthenticity. Fuck it. Let me be me. Fuck you.
I like that. Inauthenticity.
Whatever that word is.
No, that's authentic. Yeah.
Wait, did I create that? Or
no.
Is it inauthenticity?
Yeah, inauthentic. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I know inauthentic is a word, so I assume inauthenticity is a word. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. They know what I want to ban. Shit. I'm sick of it.
Okay.
So now give it a beat. Give it a thought about what it is that you want to ban. Like maybe you want to ban them splitting winners' money.
Okay.
Maybe you want to ban them sharing a crown.
I think I got something.
My name is
Monét X Change, and if I ruled the world, I would ban caramel macchiatos. Here's the problem, okay? Starbucks is an extremely white woman sport. You go to a Starbucks at an airport on the side of your at the side of your block downtown somewhere, and there's a line of about 25 white women all in line for a caramel macchiato. I just want to get a nice Americana. I want to get me a bacon sausage wrap, but yet I have to wait 25 to 30 minutes for these white women to get the caramel macchiatos. They sit there, they want 2 extra pumps of classic, they want more caramel, and you just can't get your fucking wrap because they're in line for you. Then they crowd around the little place when you're waiting for them, and you can't even, they're calling your name, you can't even hear, because there's an army of white women blocking you from getting your shit from the counter. So I need to ban caramel macchiatos. We're banning them in America, we're banning them in Europe, and we're going to ban them in hell too. So y'all going to suffer down there too. That's my stance on caramel macchiatos.
Oh my God. What is a macchiato? What the fuck is a macchiato?
Girl, it's like some caramel coffee drink. It has all the whipped cream on top. They drizzle the caramel on top of it. White women love caramel macchiatos, girl.
But it all makes you shit, right?
It does. It does.
So just drink coffee. It'll make you shit. And then put your... Well, Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our show. And listen, it doesn't even feel like that.
No, I feel like we just started.
Like, I do feel like we just started.
Jesus.
Is there anything that we covered that you want to save?
No, I think we had some great conversation. I love
I learned that
show.
you are non-binary. I learned that you wanted boobs and a beard.
I did.
I also learned.
I
learned that you like uncut penises.
Love.
Dios mío.
Love. Wait, I do have a question.
Yes.
How do you feel about open versus monogamous relationships?
I don't like open relationships. However, I am a black transgender woman who dates black men, and usually they're already in a relationship. And so therefore, I have to understand that I can't go against the natural order. The natural order is they like pussy. And so if they like pussy, I don't have that. But when they like a girl, I have all they need.
Would you ever be in a polyamorous relationship?
I've been in many of those.
Got it. Okay,
I don't know if they've been in them. I don't know if they've been in them with me, but relationship stuff for me is like it's unique.
Got it.
Because there's things that I understand. I understand that a man can't sit down with a woman and share all of his life experiences. I understand that he can't do that. I understand that I can be a man's safe space. Got it. He can come and tell me, when I was 15, and I'm not going to look at him as less of a man. I cried over the Titanic. This happened. Because these are things that men cannot go and have a safe space
and be vulnerable with
women. They can't do that.
Which is the problem. They should be able to, though.
Well, because their manhood will be judged. They can't talk about their traumas of their past or their life because the woman is like, well, why are you crying about it? Why don't you be a man about it? Or they're not encouraging them to go and get therapy. They're judging them like, what is the arena of being a man? Like a real man wouldn't do this. A real man would do this. Real man. And so I understand that I can be a man's safety place. Like the relationship that a gentleman and I can share with each other. He'll never be able to share that with the woman that he's with. They'll never be able to share that. They'll never be able to do that because the woman is always taking that and weaponizing that against him.
Against them.
Do you know the secrets that I've held from all the men that I've done? Not just their sexual secrets, but the secrets that they've told me. Like, I remember a guy came and he was with me and he told me that he was raped by his cousin. I said, have you ever told your wife that? He said, I could never tell her no stuff like that. She could never know that I got fucked. I didn't want to get fucked, but she could never know that I got fucked. And I was like, oh, I said, so this is why we're close like we are, because you feel safe enough to tell me the things. You feel safe enough to tell me that you've seen 15 girls and you're like, damn, I wonder how big their dicks are. You can't say that to this girl. Or damn, I like trainees because blah, blah, blah. You can't say that. You don't have, there's no safe space for you to say that.
Level of intimacy that they get with you.
We share a different type of intimacy.
Interesting.
So that's why I say I've been many polyamorous. They don't know.
They don't know, but yeah. The wives don't know, but you know.
Yeah.
You and him know.
Because he's not cheating on me with her. Go home.
Yeah. You want to see me here?
Go home. Go live that life. Come here when we can be safe. Got it. But just don't police that I have other men.
Yeah.
That's when we have a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Outlaws with T.S. Madison, honey, and Monét X Change. Please make sure you're following Monét on everything.
Yeah.
Because Monét is in everything and everywhere.
And in some of y'all.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Monét, I love you.
Love you. This was so
my
fun.
God, that was good.
Such great conversation.
Yes, but we have more to cover.
Yes, we do. So much to cover.
As long as it's raw.
Yes.
We can cover everything.
This was so fun to be here. I love you so much. When do you go back to Atlanta?